Hey guys, this is your girl Shira, and you're watching Savvy Girl Money. I'm going to do something different today. I am actually going to take some questions that was sent to me. So this is a Savvy Girl Money Q&A. I'll be doing this from time to time just to give you guys the opportunity to chat with me and me to answer your questions directly. You can submit your questions on my Instagram page. That is Savvy Girl Money Instagram page, and that's at Savvy Girl Money. That's all one word. Or you can actually email me your question at savvygirlmoney@gmail.com. I'm always open to answer questions. If I don't answer them right away, I might be populating them to answer them here. So just give me a little chance and I'll definitely make sure I get to you. So let me cover some housekeeping things. As I said, please follow our Instagram page. We're new to it. I have my own personal page that is Shira, SHIRA_CPA. But I also have my Savvy Girl Money page now, where I'm going to just kind of go through some things I talk about here, but also share more tips. And there I am more readily available. So you can send me a question like right now, and I'll go right to my Instagram page and check it and answer you right away. Emails come directly to my phone also. So if you need to send me a question, don't hesitate to leave me a message on Instagram or send me a message to my Gmail account. So let's get started with question number 1. It is, how do I fill out a W-4? A W-4 is an IRS form that everybody has to fill out when they start a new job, or this is a form that you would update as your life situation change. So if you have a baby or you get married, which I'm going to be getting married this year, so I will be later in the year completing a new W-4 form. My fiance and I will be. So the W-4 form helps your payroll department to determine how much taxes they should withhold from your paycheck and submit to the IRS, the different state authorities, and the city authorities. This form is very important. Very, very, very important. It's like one of the most important forms you will fill out when starting a new job. You want to make sure you complete the W-4 form correctly, because you don't want to have to owe no taxing authority a lot of money at the end of the year. So it's very important that you don't exaggerate your exemptions, or you don't, well, it's okay if you put like for me, I always say 1, but I actually filed my daughter. That's just my personal preference. So the IRS do take a little bit too much out of my check, but I'm okay with that. Me personally, I'm okay with that because I'll get it back at the end of the year. But if you don't want that, which I kind of recommend, just make sure you fill it out and discuss your situation with your payroll department and make sure you have filled it out completely. But I want to elaborate a little more on this. Okay, let me just give you an example. So if you are a college student, some millennials are, and the first box say basically, are you claiming yourself? If you as a college student are staying at home with your parents, or you live on campus but go home to your parents who pay for your bills, your college bills or cell phone bill, whatever bills, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to file you if you're under 24. If they are filing you, like for example on line 1, you cannot enter 1 here. You have to enter 0. So you don't get an exemption for that. I'm not going to go down every form. If you have questions, please send me an email. But just be careful with that. Another example is if you're single and you just file yourself, I will recommend only putting 1 on line 1 and have your total exemptions equal 1. Another example, my last example here on this topic will be if it's you and your one kid. I would put 1 as claiming myself as exemption, maybe 1 as head of household, and 1 saying that I have a dependent that I am going to file on my taxes. And that will give you a total of 3 on the paper. This lets your payroll department know how much they need to withhold based on your number of exemptions. But your exemptions should match the same exemptions that is listed on your tax return. If it don't, it's going to be some problems. Because basically when you go to calculate, or your accountant go to calculate your taxes at the end of the year, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to owe. So just be careful with that form. If you have any questions, just leave your comment or questions below, or send me an email. Let me move along to question number 2. How much money would you recommend I contribute to my 401k? This one is kind of hard, but I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. It just depends, because you need to know if your company does matching. For instance, right now, I believe my company matched 4%. So I withheld 4% to match them, because they are matching me at a max of 4%. So let me rephrase that. So I get 4% withheld out of my paychecks to go towards my 401k. And my company matched me at 4%. If I do 5%, they'll still match me at 4%. So I would recommend at least doing the maximum. So their maximum is 4%. I would recommend at least doing the maximum percent. And even taking it up a couple notches. In a couple of years, I'll definitely be taking it up. I didn't do that because of personal reasons. I wanted to buy a house this year, so I needed a little more money in my paycheck right now to put towards my down payment. So I chose for the year to not have as much withheld from my check. So it's kind of up to you. Okay, I have another question here. It says, how much should I save from each paycheck? Remember here, this is only my opinion. Savvy Girl Money is Shira Solomon's opinion. So I'm just giving you my advice on what's working for me. I've been using these tips and best practices for years. I have really dedicated my young adulthood, my teenage years too, to like money saving, money management. So I have really invested a lot of time into this and perfected the things that are coming out of my mouth. So I'm not pulling them out of thin air. I'm just showing you what works for me. So back to the question, how much should you save out of each check? It depends on how much you get paid, but I will recommend like 10%. 10%, and if you can, bump it up to 15%. And when you're feeling more comfortable about your finances, I would say go up to 20%. But definitely start somewhere, and I definitely recommend 10%. Put 10% in your, sorry about that. Put 10% into your savings account, the long-term savings account that you don't plan on spending tomorrow. This can be looked at as your emergency fund. So just put the money there, have it automatically debited from your paycheck, and put into that account. So as I talked about on another video, have maybe different pools of money in your bank account. Maybe have your spending account, your short-term savings account, and then have your long-term. Put all your savings accounts, your 10%, automatically going to your savings account. Just look at that as investing in yourself before you do anything else. Make sure you're saving. You do not want to do, I'm going to save 10% after I go spending money like crazy, or after I go to the grocery store or pay bills. No, take care of that first, and then handle your business with the rest of your money. Let's see if I have another question here. This one is funny, but okay. Someone asked, why? Why did I start Savvy Girl Money? That's a good question. Because I don't have a lot of time in a day. I'm actually a mom. I am someone's fiance. I have a house to take care. I am a full-time CPA, and this is tax season right now. But I do it because growing up, nobody educated me on money. In my house, we didn't talk about money. We didn't talk about, let me rephrase that, we didn't talk about saving money and preparing for your future, or having enough money to take care of emergencies in the future. Not talking bad about my parents in no way, because they did provide for us greatly, and we definitely spent a lot as kids, and they made sure we looked nice. We had a lot of nice things, but they didn't teach me about a 401k or savings account. Growing up, I'm not even sure my parents really had a savings account or like a checking account. I think my dad probably did, but I'm not even sure what happened with it. So growing up, I didn't grow up in a family that just had money in the bank. I see my parents spend money out of their paycheck, kind of live paycheck to paycheck growing up, and they just spent as it came in. And I looked to school to teach me these things, and when I got to college, I realized they were not really teaching me about the day-to-day ins and out or the foundations of money either. So I started reading and researching and learning more, and that's why I do it, because I didn't learn growing up, and I want to help to educate you, other millennials or other people who want to learn about money. I want to help to be an advocate for young professionals to just save money better, manage their money better, make better spending habits. You know that it takes 21 days to make something a habit. So if you don't get it tomorrow, it's okay. It's okay. That's like saying that the first time I put on makeup, I just got it. I still can't get it like that, but I just try and I tackle new challenges every day. I can still remember with makeup, I could not even put on eyeliner to save my life. But I just, every day, kept trying, and I didn't give up. And that's what you have to do with money. Every day, you have to try to learn something new. Take it one day at a time. Just consciously think about your money, and you'll figure it out, and especially with my help. I want to say thank you for tuning in to Savvy Girl Money. I am Shira Solomon, and I appreciate everyone who has been tuning in. Please go follow my Instagram page. That's at Savvy Girl Money. And subscribe wherever it is. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned. I'll be back soon.